So we're on to the strap now. I just ordered this piece on Amazon. Didn't watch any videos on how to do it, but this is the idea I have. So I'm thinking about like maybe about an inch thick of the leather because I can do any size stitching as long as it's not too small of a strip. So I'm going to try this because it's the straightest part of the hide. And I was just messing around with it earlier, and I think what I need to do is mark it with a regular blade, or this time a utility blade, and just kind of like mark this. I'm just going to start this and then we'll just go from there. So I kind of start this line, put this back on my belt. It's handy having two of these. I use one at work, which I mentioned before. And then we're just going to line this up because there's a little blade inside. I don't really like this thing, but the other one is a tabletop one. And the thing is, running through a hide, I want to be able to freehand this, so to speak. All right, so that is in there. Just gotta get to the point where it feeds on the other side so I can kind of yank at it. Usually what they do this with is a lot thinner, more like harder leathers. So now since I got that straightened away, now I can just like move this in, tighten that. Now ideally you're supposed to pull towards yourself, but since I'm starting at this end of the hide, not the top part, like a dummy, this is what we're going to be doing. So this is roughly the length we want, and then we're just going to pull on through. I think it's tight enough, and then just keep pulling it. I am doing less now, so we're doing good. It's actually cutting through like butter. This strip is pretty consistent. I mean, you can tell there's a uniform difference. Now I want to measure my head again and just make sure I got that right, and then we'll go from there. All right, next step is getting this strap ripped down. It's not going to focus yet. There we go. So this saved me a lot of time because the other thing I would be doing is using a yardstick and then slowly and painfully using the knife. So this is a good tool. I think it was like $15. Good tool. Now for the other good tool, shaving. So I want to shave this all the way down. I want it thin, but not too thin. So I'm just going to eyeball this adjustment because we could always take off more. We cannot put it back. And the same thing applies to clothing. I think that's a good adjustment. Again, I had a rant before about adjustment screws, and then we're just going to start one side. Now it is going to stretch a bit because that's how skin works. I don't want to do it too thin. And then we're just going to shave it. Look how well that looks. See how easy that is? And we just shaved it right down. It's better than using this. I also bought this one day if I need to shave a bigger area and this can't do it. So I'm going to vacuum that up and then we'll call it a day. All right, after some trial and error, did multiple passes. So I used this a little bit. I think that would be good if like I can't fit in that machine, but that machine works super good. Pointing to the shaper. So I made it super thin because I really don't need any extra fluff. As you can see, stuff is falling off. So what I like to do is get a vacuum and just kind of clean out. I think the next step is I'm going to add some of that sealant here. I forgot what it's called, evading me, but I'm going to get the sander, just get the edges done and just sand this all down real quick. And in that way, we can kind of crystallize it and make it like nice and smooth. I mean, it's smooth right now, but I don't want this stuff fraying off stuff and keep falling off. So that's a good way of making sure that doesn't do that. All right, the next step is I got this ruler on here and I'm going to just get the edges, just shave them down a little bit and then apply the gum on the end so that way it's not fraying on the edge. And then I don't know what I'm going to do with this. I might leave it as is. I just don't want it to get on me when I'm sleeping. But unless if I Google something else, then, oh yeah, sleeping, like this part, then it's going to be a problem. Now the next part is, so it's a little frayed, but it's okay. Let's shave down a bit and I'm going to apply the gum and then I'll just shave, apply the gum on the side. So hopefully that works. There's probably a better way of doing this, but I just don't have the right tool yet. All right, just to give you like a close-up of what I'm doing. So I'm using the end of this instead of using the one of those spreader cotton ball things on the stick. I don't know what they're actually called, but I'm just spraying it with the tip of the tool that I borrowed from your mother. Just do that. And sometimes the edging doesn't get done, so I just do this real quick. It's nice and smooth and doesn't fray on the side. I'm thinking about doing it to all of this. I might actually do that, but we'll see. Just want to show you I upgraded to the yardstick. Now I can do the whole thing, mostly except for where the clips are, but that's okay because it's coming together slowly but surely. This is strap. So if this becomes too hard and rough on the skin, I'll use this side, the natural side. Now, the reason why I say this is not natural because I put gum on it. So we're gonna let that sit, but I'm gonna call that a video. So we got a nice thin sunlight stretchy strap that will go with our sleeping mask. So hopefully that works. If I need to, I could wait for this to dry and then I can sand it by hand. I'm sure there's a tool where after you cut your length, you can not only do the sides, but also like maybe shave off the top. I did see ones, but it's for really thick leather, which this is pretty thick, but it's like 80 bucks. And it's like, okay, am I going to be making a ton of straps where I can justify, I could justify the shaver because it does most applications. Like anytime I want to set the thickness, which is everything, wallet, sleeping mask, all that is justifiable because I use it all the time. But am I going to be making belts? Maybe. And that's the thing is like, will it work with ties? Because I would like to make a leather tie because I think that would be kind of cool. And then like there's like this shaving part I gotta do. Let me just grab my knife, take care of this. Could wait for it to dry and then do this, but I'm already here. And we're just going to gently rub up against the thing. Go slowly. I could zoom in more, see exactly what I'm doing. So I'm like doing this, not paying attention. I just scratched it, but it's okay. But you get the idea. Now, in hindsight, I think I should just didn't do the eyelid thing and just did a whole piece because there's like light leaking through here. So even if I had it like that, I think having it longer, but there's so many things I could have done differently with this project, but it's a learning curve like anything. I'm probably not going to sell anything like this. Now, the next step would be just punching holes and having a way for the strap to go feed into. One will be stitched down and the other will be fed. And then I'll put it like over here so that way bumping against this so it's not like putting pressure on me. That way it's nice and cushioned. And then after that, will be pretty much good to go. And then I can call that a day.